Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Mocktail Minutes. This is Bailey.
And this is Brianna.
This week, I am drinking, I found chlorophyll drops on Thrive Market and they're peppermint flavored. So, trying them out, little detox support. And they're okay. They're not amazing. It's not something I crave, but it gets the job done. So,
Yeah. I'll have to try the drops because I got the little
they're so green.
like bites, like or bits. They're called like energy bits or something. They taste like moss.
Mm-hmm.
I've never tasted moss, but I'm assuming that's what moss tastes like. It's a little rough, but yeah. I'm not doing it right now. But earlier I had the electrolyte powder plus black tea hibiscus. And I mixed it with, this was a little overkill for electrolytes, but I did mix it with the just ingredients lemon, and it was really good. It was kind of like a lemonade iced tea type thing.
Yeah,
It was really good. But again, a little overkill. But I didn't use like a full scoop of both, so I feel like it's fine.
I've done that before.
Yeah, it tastes great.
This week, we are talking about yes, science-based hacks, tips to increase your self-confidence. It's super interesting when part of like Nourish, who I do some one-on-one coaching with, Brianna does too. One of the questions they have us ask is like, how would you rate yourself like based on your self-confidence? It's like a weird question, I feel like, to so many people. Everyone like stops and thinking like, what? Like, why are you asking me that? But I don't know why it is so weird. But I thought it'd be a good topic to talk about today.
Yeah, I think it's because people have a hard time like hyping themselves up. I mean, some
Yeah.
people don't, but I think for the most part, especially women, I think it just feels weird.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's kind of been like a bad thing to be like, oh, look how good I look. And
Right.
I don't I don't know why
Yeah.
it got to be this way, but we're gonna give you some tips to help you feel more self-confident. Not only does it help you, like, I mean, just when you feel better about yourself, you're gonna show up differently in every room you go. And Brianna and I both have jobs where like we're in front of people all the time, like through video. And so it does make a difference in how you talk to people and how you portray yourself and your mood and your energy. So that's why it really is an important topic.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's great. So, yeah.
Number one, I would say practice self-compassion. So talking about this, it's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding as you would give a friend. So this has to do with like self-kindness, humanity, mindfulness. Studies show that self-compassion is linked to more self-worth and motivation, lower levels of anxiety and depression, and resilience after failure. So when you're more self-compassionate, you regulate your cortisol too more efficiently, and you're going to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. So now you're more calm and clear. So when you are going through situations, come at it from a perspective of talking to yourself like how you would talk to a friend, and like how would you help them if they were feeling inadequate or insecure. That's a good way to start practicing self-compassion.
That's a good one. The next is like body language or posture. And so, or like, it's also called power posing, but thinking of like, you can influence, like your body can influence your mind, right? Like look good, feel good type thing. I think that's like kind of where it comes from. But, having like a confident stance. So standing tall, shoulders back, head up, kind of making you feel like in even more control. This has shown to help like increase testosterone, decrease cortisol in like just a couple of minutes. And so the idea is that you do this and you start to improve your mood, you have greater persistence, reduced self-focus during stress. So it's recommended to do this before like a challenging task. So whenever you want to feel kind of empowered. So before an interview, before a presentation, before you're just doing something you feel uncomfortable with and something that maybe you'd want to like fold into yourself, like no, stand up tall, do it, see how you feel. I've had a couple of people just do this like on their own in front of the mirror in the morning, like as they're getting ready, like stop trying to hide yourself, see how you feel. And they will say like they feel much more confident, even if they're not super excited about how they look, but they feel better in their body, which is great. Like we could all benefit from that.
I've seen a few reels and TikToks where they like just show people walking and they're like, this is like when you're walking with your shoulders and your head's down, like you're just kind of frumpy. Like it portrays so differently than like head up, shoulders back. You're walking with some like, I got places to be.
Yeah.
It commands for something different, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking about the Grey's Anatomy episode with Amelia, and she's like getting ready to go into surgery, and she's got her hands on her hip, like her little Superman pose.
Yeah.
Power pose it out.
Yeah. Power pose it. Like stand tall. Like you got this. It just puts out a whole different energy, you know? Yeah. Fake it to make it. I think that's another like kind of where that kind of like came from. Like, you got this. Even if you don't think you got this, you got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Mm-hmm.
how you present yourself does matter, not just like how you look to other people, but how you're going to perform in
Yeah.
different areas.
100%.
Next thing I would say, set and achieve micro goals. So your confidence is going to grow through competence. When you set and achieve these small, meaningful goals, your brain is releasing dopamine, which is the reward transmitter, neurotransmitter, which is going to reinforce motivation. So I was just talking to someone I started working with. They're like, all right, I've been pretty sedentary, getting about 3,000 steps. Next week, I want to get 10,000 steps and I'm going to work out 4 times a week. And I was like, this is going to sound weird, but don't do that because it probably would go great for the first week or two, but eventually you're going to get burnt out and you're like, I can't do this. I can't keep up. You try and change too many things too quickly. So you need to break down these large goals into tiny daily actions. If you're at 4,000 steps, okay, let's add a 10-minute walk in. And then we just kind of slowly build up from there. Then your brain's not sending off all these red flags about, oh my gosh, there's a lot of change happening at once.
Yes. I tell people this all the time. We're like toddlers. Your brain likes those little gold stars. Like I did it. Like it likes it. And the more little gold stars you can have throughout your day or through your week, you build confidence. Like I can do this. Look I've done this. I've done the things I said I was going to do rather than I failed again. So it makes a big difference. The next one is using cognitive reframing or changing your inner dialogue. I feel like this is the one I talk with clients with the most. Like your self-talk plays a major role in how you view yourself, shaping your identity, your confidence. So cognitive reframing is just changing negative, limiting thoughts into more balanced and constructive ones. So neuroplasticity research shows that consistent, conscious, so say it out loud, reframing can rewire your brain to reduce fear-based thinking and increase self-belief. So instead of thinking or saying like, I always mess this up, like this is hard, but I'm learning on improving, right? It's kind of like that mantra that we sometimes talk about, like, and maybe you don't believe it. It's important to believe yourself. So I'm working towards becoming someone that does this, or I'm not there yet, but this is what I'm working towards, or I'm becoming this person or whatever it is. But I mean, think about like little kids. If you constantly tell them like they suck, they can't do it, all that, like you see that they're not confident in themselves. They don't try to do new things. So if you're constantly just walking around all day, every day, telling yourself like you suck, you're going to start to believe that you suck. And your thoughts really do dictate your actions. So if you're always thinking like, I suck at working out, I never do it, I can guarantee you're not going to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do something you suck at?
Yeah, because your brain wants to protect you. So your brain's like, just forget it. We're not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to try doing something and fail. Let's just stop while we're ahead. Yeah, it's a big one.
Yes. Last one is visualization and rehearsal. So we talked about visualizing things before, but really there is a science behind it because your brain can't really distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Visualizing your success or confident behavior activates similar neural pathways as physically doing it. So this is why the visualizations, the more detailed they are, the better. Like if you're just like, I'm going to be a millionaire, like, and it seems so foreign, if that's your only plan, of course it doesn't seem real. Or if you're like, you know what, I'm going to be a millionaire because I am going to create this business. We're going to grow it in this way. I'm going to be doing this every day. Like you get down in the dirty.
Yeah.
details of it, it's probably going to come to fruition a lot more because number one, you have a plan. But number two, you're going to start living in this life that you're envisioning. And
Hmm.
think about this, like there's studies in sports psychology and neuroscience that show that mental rehearsals improve performance,
Yeah.
self-belief, and motivations. There have been like MRI scans that reveal this visualization lights up motor and emotional centers in the brain. So it's really interesting. People do it all the time, and we've
Hmm.
talked about it to our patients too, and everyone feels like it's so weird, but it works. It The more you believe it and the more that you start aligning yourself to that vision, the easier you're going to get there. Maybe not the
Yeah.
easier, the more you're going to, I don't know.
I remember doing this like before the RD exam. Like I would visualize myself walking out of there as like I passed, like with my little paper that they give you, like, just like a high stakes thing like that. Yeah, but yeah, they do it in sports like all the time. Like imagine yourself winning. Like this is a big game. Imagine how it feels. Like we're
How does
walking
that
off the
feel?
field. We've won. Like you've scored a game winning like, point in the last 2 seconds. Like people think about this all the time. I think we think of it weird because again, it's weird to like celebrate ourselves and your brain doesn't want you to fail. And so it's like, no, 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 that's scary. What if we don't win? You're going to feel so dumb for it. But we default to the negative. So if you could just start to default to like the more positive, like what's the worst thing that happens? It doesn't happen. Well, okay. But at least you probably gave a better effort trying to make it happen. So yeah, these are good ones. I would say Lindsay probably has a lot of good stuff on this visualization. I mean, I
Yes,
know she does.
visualize it, write it out, record yourself, and start living the life of this person you want to be.
Yeah.
Like engage all of your senses. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? And this is how you're going to be able to like immerse yourself in this new person. Like
Hmm.
embody the whole thing. Like don't
Yeah.
keep living in the same life that you don't enjoy.
Yeah. It's not serving you. So no, be confident. Hopefully these couple of tips help you guys to improve your self-confidence. Again, I think it's like that weird thing where we just feel weird talking about it or doing it. But yeah, like be your own hype girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I always think about it. So like Megan, for those you dietitian Megan that we work with, she will like post Instagrams where it's like hot mom tips. And I'll be like, I can't post that. I'm not like a hot mom. Like that's weird. We're like, did I qualify for
Did I
it?
qualify? Yeah. Who gave me that permission?
I'm
Because
always like, I
then,
can't post things like that.
yeah.
Who
But
am
we,
I to get by?
I know, right? I know exactly how you feel. It's just about like everything. That's how I used to feel all the time about like, saying even things from like an expert standpoint, like
Yes.
things I recommend as an expert in this. It's like, am I an expert in that? Like, was I given permission? Like, stop waiting for permission. You are.
Yes.
Do it. Yeah. No one's going to come calling you out.
No.
You're going to call yourself out before anybody else calls you out. I'm going to tell you that. So yeah, be your own hype girl. Kind of like take these, apply them, see if they help. Again, there's only positive that can come from this.
Yes. Take the weirdness out of being confident.
Hmm.
Enjoy it. Enjoy how much better you feel.
Yeah, I like it. This is a good pep talk.
Yeah. I needed it. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.